Welcome to the Daily Swole. Welcome to the Daily Swole. This is like my favorite, I could tell it's my favorite episode because not only do I always drink coffee, now we're talking about coffee too. This is so exciting. Oh, this is so exciting. Everyone should be here. Signing in. Yeah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. Get comfortable. And get your coffee out, people. Cheers. Why are you leaving? But we haven't even gotten started yet. How's everyone doing today? Come on, tell me how you're doing. How you feeling? Yeah? All right, so let's jump right into it. The title today, you're awesome. Damn straight you're awesome, Tommy. Feeling great. I thought I said freaking great at first. I was like, that's aggressively positive. I like it. Feeling great. Who here had their coffee today? Daddy did. Look, see, every time I take a sip, my biceps get bigger. Watch this, ready? Gets them every time. All right, so let's talk about coffee. I titled today, Coffee, Butter, and Oil. Now, this has been a popular thing for a few to, I would say, almost several years now. I started getting into this a few years ago. It was popularized by the guy who coined the term Bulletproof coffee, but there's many different ways to do it. A lot of that is marketing, but the facts are the facts. I drink this stuff every day, coffee with butter and oil. Let's break that down a little bit. The benefits of coffee are generally more, I wouldn't say necessarily well known, but a lot of people understand that coffee has antioxidant properties and can be beneficial. There's benefits for defending diabetes, for decreasing Alzheimer's, for weight loss, for all different sorts of health benefits with just coffee. With even just black coffee is fantastic. Okay, now with the butter and with the oil, you start playing around with some different things. Let's talk about butter. Saturated fat in the diet has been thoroughly debunked up to the last year or two, that it would raise increased risk of heart disease and ailments, but this is found to be completely not true. Butter, when taken in quality forms like grass-fed butter. Now, I always talk about butter. I've done Snapchats on this. I've done a lot of information based on what I put in my coffee. The grass-fed butter, namely the Kerrygold unsalted grass-fed butter, is, if you purchase this butter, you'll notice that it's very, very dark. We're just jump right into the meat of this whole topic. It's very dark yellow, whereas classic butter is white, very, not clear, but very, very light and white. And this is because the richness of the omega-3s in the actual butter from grass-fed cows. So you're getting a lot of these healthy fats, these healthy saturated fats, omega-3s. A lot of people try to go after fish for omega-3s. One of the problems and one of the huge misconceptions is that fish is a great source of fish oil. And fish oil meaning, fatty acids like omega-3s. And here's the thing with fish. Because the fish are fed grain, I don't know if you know this, but fish are fed grain, the salmon that you buy in the store is colored. They dye that orange. They dye the salmon orange to make it look like salmon. Salmon doesn't normally look the way you see it in the store. They feed it grain. It's a very clear, bland color, and they color. That's why it says color added a lot of times in the supermarket. So you're buying fish that's pretty much devoid of nutrients because the fish are not eating things in their natural habitat. They're in cages, because it's mass produced and it's out there in mass quantity. So they're fed grain and you're getting unhealthy fish. They color the fish, so you're not getting the healthy fats that you think you're getting. Unfortunately, you're not getting the healthy fats that you think you're consuming. So where do we get our omega-3s? You take supplements, take fish oil, you try to get it from good sources like Alaskan salmon. You can eat sardines and anchovies. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, anchovies. Sardines are fantastic. They're probably the best source of omega-3s that you can get from fish, especially today, seeing that most fish that you get is shit quality. But butter and grass-fed beef are actually, grass-fed butter and grass-fed beef are actually also great sources of omega-3. So that rich yellow color is what is giving you all that, the omega-3s and also the what's called conjugated linoleic acid. So CLA is a fatty acid that's also found in grass-fed butter. And there are approximately five times more CLA in grass-fed butter than there is butter from grain-fed cows. That's not a small number. That's not twice as much, 30% more, 40% more. You know, you're talking about 5 times the amount of conjugated linoleic acid, and that's a very popular supplement that people take in supplement form from GNC, from Vitamin Shop, those kind of places, in pill form or liquid form for weight loss. So you can get this naturally from the grass-fed butter. So there's no association with heart disease and butter and saturated, fat and diets. That's completely, bull. What they did was they eliminated fat and they increased sugar in foods in like the 70s, I think it was, and they started blaming fat for heart disease, when now obviously we know heart disease is a huge problem, because when you take fat out, food isn't filling, you don't get satisfied from the food that you're consuming, so then you start to add sugar, and then the sugar raises insulin, and then you have the heart problems and issues from actually the sugar. So we don't want low fat and high sugar, we want no sugar, and we want some high fat but quality fat. I'm not saying go out and suck down a tub of margarine. You need to get grass-fed butter, and the great thing about grass-fed butter and Kerrygold grass-fed butter is that it's very high quality and you can find it nationwide. I've seen it in Walmart, you see it like down here, I'm in Florida, Miami, Publix. So you can get this at local stores and it's like $3. So it's affordable. You're not, you could put this on everything. You could put this in your coffee, you could put this on your beef, you could put this, use this for cooking, which leads me to my next thing, MCT oil. MCT oil, and this is a lot of fat. We're talking a lot of fat. I should call it today like the fat, the fat day. I don't know, fat day for fatties. I'm a fatty, I eat so much fat. Oh, and I love coffee. Oh my God, I love coffee. Who here had their coffee today? Good coffee? Did anyone drink coffee with the butter and the oil? Like I did? Anyone? Coffee, people getting amped up. You have to. Caffeine, coffee, it's good for you. So we're getting omega-3s from healthy fats, the Kerrygold butter, grass-fed beef, sardines, whatnot. Okay, specifically coffee, we're talking about Kerrygold unsalted. Don't put the salted stuff in your butter. 2 cups. Good for you. Yeah, I'm just, 2 cups is amateur. You do better than that. So when we're talking about the coffee specifically, obviously you're not putting sardines in your coffee. Maybe that's my new thing, sardine coffee. Huh? I've seen some investors for this stuff. Kale beer, I know they made a kale beer and sardine coffee. Hey, we want healthy fats. No, don't make faces. So let's talk about oil. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is fantastic. Saturated fats, a lot of medium chain triglycerides, we call those MCTs, and we know these are not bad for you. Just for example, that in the Caribbean, in these tropical climates, people lived off saturated fats and eating coconut oil and things like that, coconuts for thousands of years. So they're not bad for you. These are fantastic products. Foods and sources that have things like anti-inflammatory properties because of the antioxidant effect with coconut oil. But MCT oil specifically makes up coconut oil. So coconut oil is about 65% MCT content. So these medium chain triglycerides, the difference between MCT and an LCT is medium chain. Let's just use this as an example, medium chain, and then long chain triglyceride. Now the benefit of having a medium chain triglyceride is that they don't require special enzymes to digest. They're easily absorbed by the body. They go right to the liver, so they have a metabolic effect that can actually increase your metabolism and promote weight loss and promote fat burning. Also in boosting the mood, because they are used for brain function, very good for energy. No special enzymes. They break down the carbon bonds since they're smaller, the medium chain. They're able to break apart easier. They get through the cell membranes easier. So they're more permeable of a fat. They're more of an effective fat. They're not stored as fat. They're not stored energy, they're used. So because the carbon bonds are easier to break, because they're shorter, because they're medium chain triglycerides are used more for energy, they're not going to be stored, they're going to be metabolized quicker, which means more of a metabolic effect. So here's the thing. When you start combining these things, there's also more benefits to mixing them all together in the coffee. Coffee already has a great metabolic effect with the caffeine and the stimulant boost. Antioxidant effects in coffee. Quality coffee. I'm not talking about really generic low-grade coffee. I'm talking about high quality. If you can, single origin organic coffee. If you have a certain preference, that's fine, but you can just get an organic brand. You don't have to go breaking the bank on coffee, but a quality coffee is better. I like to get my beans whole and grind them fresh, because just anytime anything is exposed or broken down or open to oxygen and nitrogen in the environment, elements leave and things get old and things start deteriorating. So it's like that across the board. Most people are drinking coffee so they have energy. They're having energy, they want energy, they don't want to crash, they don't want to plummet. So with coffee, a lot of times you'll notice people get that crash. Well, guess what? That's because a lot of times you put sugar in there. So you have two ways you can crash. You can crash from the caffeine effect. You get a stimulant boost and then you run out of it and then you just get tired and you crash. Or you're putting a lot of sugar. Putting a lot of coffee in your coffee. Putting sugar in your coffee, so you get that energy boost from the sugar, the insulin rush, and then you get that valley like a roller coaster, and then you plummet. So to avoid that crash, what can we do? Well, we can shuttle nutrients to the brain. We can keep the body more alert. We can give different kinds of energy, not just a stimulant boost. We can give actual nutrient boost with MCT oil, with the grass-fed butter. So all those things with caffeine helps absorb these nutrients and absorb into the brain and into the body and into the cells to allow for that more of a coasting energy where you'll feel more energized throughout the day. Plus, there's calories. There's 9 calories per gram of fat. So when you're consuming grass-fed butter and consuming MCT oil, you are getting calories from fat. You're getting energy. But guess what? You're not getting sugar. So if you're blending MCT oil and grass-fed butter in your coffee, you're getting calories, but you're not getting sugar. You're not getting that insulin roller coaster. You're getting a kind of like an oxidative. You're getting like a fat roller coaster, which is much more fluffy and comfortable. You can nap on that. I'm just kidding. When you mix them together, so you're getting calories, you are filling yourself up. So you're trying to lose weight, this is fantastic. You're not getting that insulin response, so you're not stimulating or triggering your body to try to store more body fat. You're energizing your body, and you're putting it on a path of kind of a metabolic spike to burn more fat at rest throughout your entire day. So now that you have your coffee, you're getting calories, you're getting energy, you're increasing your metabolism, and you will eliminate that crash effect. There's no sugar. There's no sugar, just oil and grass-fed butter. So I make my coffee. I prefer to use a French press. And I know I keep talking about it, and I've done it on Snapchat. I keep talking about making an actual video, a video. I'll just make a YouTube one and talk about this again. I will. I'm doing a lot of video editing lately. I'm going to turn into freaking, Smeagol over here, or the Hunchback, Rather than precious, yes. But I like my coffee. So it's worth it. It's worth it for me to tell you these things because they help me. And this is what I do. Remember, a lot of the information that I'm giving here, I shouldn't say a lot, pretty much 99%, it's got to be. I do myself. I will never tell you to do anything. I'm not even telling you to do anything. I'm just kind of talking. I'm telling you what I do. This is some of the facts about the stuff that is in my cup every day. Because I'm always here drinking it. I'm always talking about it, and people always ask me about it. So these are things that I do. I do these things. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. If you just like watching it because you like to see me flex and make weird voices and stuff, that's fine. This is all things that I do. That way you can kind of take my information and then cut and paste and add it into your life. But if you're getting crashes from coffee, low quality coffee is going to give you crashes. Okay, sugar in your coffee is going to give you the crash. Of course, not sleeping enough and being sleep deprived is going to make you exhausted anyway, but this coffee method will improve. You look forward to it. If you're used to sugar in your coffee, it might be a little weird at first. You might be like, oh my God, it doesn't taste, I need a little sweetener. Maybe put a little stevia or something in it. Try not to. but you'll get used to it. And anyone that has tried it that likes sweet coffee, you might, I mean, pitch in. Let me know. I mean, those of you, I know some of you are tuning in and you tell me, oh, I love that coffee. I love doing that. Tell people, post in the comments, tell them that, you know, you'll get used to it. You get used to without the sugar. It's like a latte. It's like a creamy latte without the sugar. A lot of people asking where to get this MCT oil. You can get Now Foods or Now Sports MCT oil. Get on Amazon. It's like 17, 18 bucks. You get a, you know, nice old vat of it, and it'll last you a long time. Now, here's how to make it. Okay, you take your coffee. I prefer French press. I coarse grind my coffee beans. I put in a French press. I like it because you get all the oils. You get all like the richness of the coffee. I don't like, you know, just dripping the water right through. I feel like it doesn't really. I like it to soak the coffee, and you want to soak it in there in water that's just under boiling for about 4 minutes. You can do it longer if you want, but you know that might affect the taste depending on what you want. But at least 4 minutes, and then I put in the blender. And I put about a tablespoon, TBSP, a tablespoon of the Kerrygold grass-fed butter, like probably 2 tablespoons for my blender full of coffee. And I put in a tablespoon or 2, usually 2 tablespoons of the MCT oil. Now, this is what I told everyone before. Pay attention, both of you. Both of you pods in front of me. Make sure that when you start trying the MCT oil, if you've never done this coffee before, do a teaspoon. Do very little MCT oil. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You can increase this over the course of the week or over the course of time and figure out how much oil you like for flavor, for energy. And I'm telling you, some of you might like drink this coffee and you might feel like, not jittery, but like a lot of energy. Like you might start like sweating. I mean, you could really have a big energy rush. So be careful with it. You don't want to take too much. I'm not saying, you know, oh my God, you're going to like, it's not like you're going to be all coked out or something, but too much oil and you're going to be in the bathroom. I'm telling you. So don't do more than like a teaspoon or 2, maybe a tablespoon. Depends on how much you're drinking. If you're drinking the whole thing, just be careful. Be moderate. I mean, at least I said it. And then if you go and you make a mistake, then just make sure you're at home. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do some questions. Who here's drinking the coffee? Any question about that? Today's a fat day. We're talking about fat. So saturated fats are good for you. And I always talk about beef and bacon. You know, they're good for you. Quality sources, people. Quality sources. If you're getting meat from cows that are tortured, fed grain, and never see the light of day, what do you think? You are what you eat. If you eat, you know, I mean, I love animals too, and you can make the argument like, oh, you're a carnivore. You eat beef, you eat animals, so you hate animals. I don't think that's true. I mean, you can really respect and love animals and still eat them. At least I like to think so. So, you know. But quality sources. Quality sources. Don't be stupid. Don't go getting... You get margarine, you're going to be disgusted. Yeah, Bulletproof coffee. Yeah, that's one of the brands. I mean, Bulletproof coffee, if you want to be technical, Bulletproof coffee is, you know, the coffee that he markets, the oil that he markets, plus Kerrygold. So you call it butter coffee. You can call it, you know, awesome coffee. Oh, you drink it every day? Sweet. How long have you been doing it for? What do you feel? You know what? What do you feel is the difference? Let me ask you a question. What do you feel is the difference from before you started drinking the coffee with the butter and oil to after? That's what I want people to know, not just from my mouth. What do you find is the difference? Like, what do you see as the difference between before you started doing it? Where are all your cats? No sugar cravings. You mean throughout the entire day, or just no sugar cravings for your coffee? You see, you're getting nutrients. You're getting energy, no sugar. You're getting nutrients with the coffee. You're getting nutrients with the coffee. So if you have, let's say you do a tablespoon and like 2 tablespoons of butter, you're getting like 100, 200 calories of, you're getting 100 or 200 calories, but they're from fat, but they're from healthy fats. You're getting conjugated linoleic acid, you're getting omega-3s, so you're getting healthy fats. Took sugar out of my diet, it was easy. When you drink this coffee, I'm telling you people, when you drink this coffee, when you drink it this way, and if you're trying to gain weight, make sure you eat before you drink this coffee. Make sure you eat before, because you're going to drink this and you'll be full. Like I could drink this and easily go, hours and hours without eating. Now, I like to eat, but you can do some intermittent fasting. That's for guys only. Don't do it, ladies. So let's take some more questions. So excellent. So it took away your sugar cravings. People struggle with sugar cravings. You increase fat in your diet, you're going to be satisfied. You're not going to have sugar cravings. Coconut oil and coffee here. Now here's another thing. You can, what's up Steve? What's up the Hark? You can do, caffeine's an appetite suppressant, and so is calories. You know, you eat food, your appetite's gonna be suppressed. Kerrygold and natural coconut oil melted, then frothed on a ninja. Ooh, frothed. You could do coconut oil. Now here's the thing, MCT oil has like no flavor. So if you take, let's say, organic, unrefined coconut oil like Dr. Bronner's or something, like a high quality coconut oil, that's like 60-65% MCTs. You can put coconut oil straight in your coffee. It won't mix as well. It might get a little bit oily at the top. It's going to taste like coconut more because you're getting coconut oil. But if you love coconut, you could put coconut oil right in your coffee. I'm telling you, blend it though, because if you stir it, it's not going to mix well. It's just going to, like, it might not chunk up, but you'll get those little like fat, oil bubbles. But blend it. But coconut oil, put coconut oil straight, but make sure you get like the one that's hard when it's cold and gets liquid at room temperature. Send those questions again on Periscope. Ever fading questions. I need like someone here just to transcribe it. Coconut oil. So coconut oil, you can do that. Coconut oil tastes better to me than flavored cream. Yeah, you definitely get used to it. You get used to it so quick with the coconut oil or the MCT oil. You get used to the coffee so quick. Nitrate-free bacon. Yeah, nitrate-free, antibiotic-free. Yep. Less heartburn. Absolutely. Give me those Periscope questions again. We got some comments. Do you just use the MCT oil in coffee or put other stuff? That's where I was getting. I get sidetracked. I get so excited talking about coffee, plus the caffeine kicks in. MCT oil, you can cook with this stuff. You can cook with MCT oil. Try that. Try it on salads. Try it sauteing vegetables. It's awesome. It's a higher heat. MCT oil, I mean, it depends on how high you're cooking. You can also use coconut oil. Those are more acceptable for higher heat cooking. So if you use olive oil, that thing, if you put, saute things in olive oil, it's going to burn. It's going to, smoke the whole room up. But coconut oil, those are higher temperature oils, so you can cook them and you won't get the carcinogenic effect with the coconut oil or the MCT oil. So try put veggies in the pan, and do a little stir fry, but put MCT oil. You can use that in salad dressings, like I said. So MCT oil is fantastic. I put grass-fed butter on everything. I cook my beef, my grass-fed beef, and I put butter on top of it. I put the Kerrygold butter on top of it. Make a sweet potato, and I put the Kerrygold butter on it. I mean, I do a lot of fat. And for me, whether I want to get leaner or not, I just play around with my carbs. I play around with my sweet potatoes, and that's pretty much what I do. I'm hoping to lose weight. A friend lost 19 pounds on Bulletproof. Yeah, because you're getting appetite suppressants, you're getting calories, you're getting sustainable energy, you're increasing your metabolism, you're getting healthy nutrients, CLA and omega-3s. You're getting a lot of benefits from the Bulletproof coffee. Reducing, and coffee also reduces your risk of Alzheimer's, heart disease. I mean, the coffee itself, we're talking about butter and oil a lot, but don't forget about a quality coffee. I'm not talking about Dunkin' Donuts store brand. I'm talking about getting like a single origin or an organic, a higher quality coffee. For a bag, it might cost you $7, $8, $9, $10 or $15, but I mean, it's, you're not necessarily just pounding all day. You don't need as much. You might drink, 2, 3, 4 cups and crash. You might need 1 cup, maybe 2 cups, and then, you're good for the day. That's gonna be another topic. Herxes, those preservatives, the nitrates. That's gonna be another thing. I want to get into that. Good question. I'm gonna save that one. I got a question. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. That's gonna be definitely some talking points. Nitrate-free bacon. We'll talk about bacon a little bit more because I eat a ton of bacon, and bacon's a lot more popular. And now that fats are popular again, and they're proven not to be bad. We'll talk about nitrates. Is going below 50 grams a day fat too low? Okay. Now, that's a whole other topic. I'll touch upon that. So we know nitrates are bad. We'll get into that. Going under 50 grams of fat, no, I'm sorry, you said 50 grams of carbs a day, bad. No, when you're talking about fat, now the reason why I'm going to take that question, hold off on the on the bacon question there, Steve. Good one though. But some of these topics I just don't want to rush through because otherwise we'll be here for hours, which is fine. We're here every day, people. Daily Swole, 12 noon Eastern time, every day. So come on back. Come on back. We'll be here. We'll be here. I'll be here. And I'll have my coffee. So I need to prepare this. So like when I do the bacon talk, I need to have like a plate of bacon. I got to practice what I preach. I can't just sit here and talk bacon. And if I talk about bacon, I'm going to want bacon. So it's just going to make me angry. And then I'm going to be angry at you. We'll fight and it'll be a whole big thing. Food's low on the glycemic scale. So let's talk about this because the coffee and a low carb diet goes hand in hand with, if you read about the Bulletproof diet, if you talk about ketosis, that's a whole other, God, there's so much information, but let's touch upon it. So with the coffee, high fat, great. So if you're doing a low carb diet, and I think it was Tommy who was talking about, is it okay to go under 50 grams of carbs for a day? We're talking about net carbohydrates. Now what's a net 50 grams of fat? Well, sorry, stickler. That's a big difference, I know. Is it bad to go under 50 grams of fat for a day? For a day or a regular on a diet? I got to talk about the other thing now because I already set it up that way, but we'll talk about both. So if you're doing a high-fat diet, a ketosis diet is when your body starts utilizing ketones because you are eating under a certain amount of carbohydrates per day regularly. So your body becomes more of a fat-burning machine rather than working off glycogen and glucose and sugar. So if you eat regularly under 50 net carbs, meaning total carbs minus the insoluble fiber, what you're getting is, let's say you eat 100 carbs a day and you're getting 70 grams of fiber, let's just say you eat a lot of vegetables, and you'll have 30 net carbs. So eating under a certain amount will eventually kick you into what's known as ketosis, and that's when low carb but a very high fat diet. One of the problems with low carb diets, which we also get into another Swole, Daily Swole, is that a lot of low carb diets, people go high protein and low or moderate fat, and they just do low carb, and they crash and they lose water weight, but then they get exhausted and tired. When you do a low carb diet, you got to go crazy high with fats. Low carb, high fat. You go high protein, you're going to strain your kidneys and you're going to just crash. You're going to crash. You're going to be depressed. It's shitty. It's bad. It's bad. So you need to go high fat. Then it's okay. Under 50 grams of fat today. If you go really low on fat, here's the thing. If you don't get enough fat in your diet, and this is what's really important, and this goes right in line with the coffee, because if you're doing a high-fat diet, you're drinking the coffee and it's high-fat. If you go really, and pay attention to this, if you go really low on fat in your diet, fat does a lot of things. Fat has to do with hormone production. And hormones for women, if women have a very low body fat percentage, for example, and get enough fats, it'll affect your menstrual cycles. It affects hormones big time. If you are, for example, not getting enough fat in your diet, and you don't have enough dietary fat, you don't have enough fat on your body as a result, and blah, blah, blah. Fat holds vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins. There are water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C, but there's also fat-soluble vitamins that get absorbed into the fat. And if you're not getting quality fats into your body, you're gonna have a tough time shuttling these nutrients around and storing them. So doing a very, very low-fat diet, now here's the thing, is it bad for you? Yes, it's bad for you. Now that can be relative depending on what you mean bad is, because that's a very subjective term to use. But if you're doing bodybuilding, if you're going on stage and you have to be 3% body fat and you have to look a certain way, and that's, separate bodybuilding and that like visual aesthetic of being lean, shredded, dry to the bone, separate that from health and a combination of health and looking good, because that's an extreme. Okay, eating McDonald's every day for 4 meals a day, that's an extreme. Bodybuilding is like health to another extreme, because then you get anabolics, you get water depletion, you get all these different things that are extremely stressful to the body. And anyone that's a quality bodybuilder, and I know several of them that compete, and they know what they're doing, and they're very aware that it's stressful on the body, and they'll admit it. Okay, no one will be like, "Oh, this is the epitome of health." People that are in bodybuilding, they know it's not good for the body. It's stressful to go down to like 3% body fat and then go up to like 15 or more sometimes, and then go down to 3 and get that dry, and it puts a lot to get that dry, to see every fiber. It's not natural. It's not natural. Even if you're not using anabolics, to get that lean, it's extremely stressful for the body. Now, will you look a certain way? Sure. Do we exaggerate that? I think a lot of times people think that's healthy, and we want that because people Photoshop their pictures online. And we know that if you're in the fitness field, a lot of that's been coming out recently on YouTube and the interwebs. All these people in fitness, all these social media people that are in fitness that are photoshopping their fucking pictures. They're photoshopping these pictures, charging a couple $100s for programs. They're not even writing it, and they're just blasting, they're destroying the name in fitness. I'm in Miami. So people need to understand that bodybuilding is unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It might look, holy shit, look at that guy, he's ripped. It's unhealthy. It's not good for the body. It's not good for the body. It's done. Not good. It's simple. It's not good for the body. Straight up. I grew up in Connecticut, and I still have family up there. We're in Connecticut. So let's take some more questions. So bodybuilding is not healthy, so understand that you're talking about two different extremes. If I rambled and I went off and I didn't answer a question, I don't even know what we're talking about here. We're getting towards the end of the show anyway. There's a guy on YouTube that uses fake weights. So understand that there's a lot of crap out there. That's why I deliver exactly what I'm it's exactly what I'm trying to do. Is I do my thing. I know it works for me, and I want to share it. I know what I know from being in the fitness field for almost 15 years. I know my shit, and I'm fine saying it. If I don't know something technical about nutrition or something exactly, I want to read up a little bit about it and check it out and be like, and remind myself, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to throw stuff out there that's, I'm not just throwing stuff to the wall to see what sticks. I know what works for me. I know where I've had successes. Now, you might love brown rice. I don't. I think brown rice does nothing for me. Beans, do they taste good sometimes? Sure, if I'm eating tacos, but they do nothing for me. I don't like them. I like sweet potatoes and coffee and bacon and beer and chips and salsa and guacamole and coconuts and Sour Patch Kids. I mean, look, if you can get away with certain things, get away with certain things. It's up to you. It depends on what you want. You want to be shredded, you want to be really, carved and really ripped up, you're going to have to do certain things. But if you're more casual and you want to be in shape, you want to build muscle, and you're just, you don't have to be 3% body fat. Like, I'm not going for a competition, so I don't really care. I'll go to modeling auditions and stuff like that, and I'll be like, have a beer on the way or something. It's up to you. It's up to you what you can get away with. Everyone's different. Some people can eat McDonald's every day and look lean. Doesn't mean they're healthy on the inside. You can be skinny and be a diabetic. You don't have to be 500 pounds. So, let's take a couple more questions. Anyone else? We got coffee, we got fat. We're talking fat. I'll take something off topic. Woo, gangster. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, everyone's different. That's a whole other issue. I talk about everyone's different all the time on the Driving While Gainings and stuff on the same channel. I talk about that. So, by the way, just posted a new Driving While Gaining. I'm going to be posting, so the first Daily Swole is online already. The second one's going to be posted later today. I just posted a new Driving While Gaining this morning. What the heck was it about? Crunches suck. It's called Crunches Suck. Go check it out, because crunches blow. They suck. Stop doing crunches. Stop doing crunches. Stop doing crunches. So that's on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, Swolenormous, so you can check that out. You could probably find it in my profile here on Periscope. You could check it out on Facebook. So type, Driving While Gaining 22. Driving While Gaining 22. And all these broadcasts, here's the deal, they're going to be posted on YouTube, okay? I'm filming them right now. Let's wave. Hi. Okay? Filming them for YouTube as well. So we're doing live every day here, 12 p.m., noon Eastern time. So you're here, so I do it at 12 noon. And sometimes I'll tell you the topic ahead of time. Other times, we'll come in, I'll have some talking points. But, it's short. Talk for about, 5-10 minutes. And then open up to the floor. So bring some good questions. Some things like the nitrate-free bacon question. The nitrates, Steve, that's just, I want to talk about, like I want to set that up from the beginning. So that might be tomorrow. That's going to come up in the next couple shows for sure. So really good questions. Send me questions on Snapchat. Will I have guests in the future? Absolutely. Now this is just the rebranding. I was doing like, Swolenormous live, and this is like actually like the 25th or 26th day where I've done the live broadcast at noon. So this is nothing, right now, this is nothing new. It's rebranded as Daily Swole. So we did the Eli was with Carlos. Eli was with Carlos, a couple days ago, last week, and I was hoping to get another one with Carlos. He's, I think someone asked us what Carlos is doing. We talk about my friend Carlos. Check him out on Snapchat and Instagram, Carlos M. De Oro. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm gonna tag him in this. Get on his case, find him on Snapchat and message him, and make sure you watch him. Make sure he's not eating anything bad. He's doing good. He's doing really, 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 really well with his working out, with being consistent. So I'm overseeing his nutrition, kind of helping him out. He lives he doesn't live super close to me, but we're gonna be doing some more footage together. So he'll be back on the show, and I will have some other guests. I'm gonna be doing like different locations and stuff like that. As long as they have Wi-Fi. But we'll do different stuff, and every day here at 12 noon. So there'll be new blogs on my website. Remember, check out the Kegel shirts, support the cause. I'm gonna be doing another special this Friday with the Kegel shirts. Last week I did, if you bought a Kegel shirt on, it was actually Thursday, but if you bought a Kegel shirt on that day, you got a 30-minute private one-on-one consultation. We do a video, we do phone, whatever. We'll talk about nutrition, program planning, specifically for you. So there'll be another special similar to that, most likely, and that was really good, but I still have some left, so I want to get rid of them. And I want to move them. I want to see some pictures. I want some people wearing these Kegel shirts. I want to see them. I want you guys repping this stuff. It's super cool. It's super fun. I mean, you wear that out and people are just coming up to you all the time, cracking up like, dude, where'd you get that shirt? So it's awesome. I love the attention, but I love the attention for a different reason. Not like, I stand out, but I love the attention because people appreciate the randomness and the humor and the fact that just kind of you're being yourself and you're doing your thing, and you're putting something awkward out there and socially questionable, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to stand out in that sense, to make a statement like that. So it's been a lot of fun. So make sure you check out those YouTube today, and follow my Snapchat at Swolenormous, and that's where I'm posting all this stuff. So every time I update a video, and I always say this, every time I update a video, post a blog, I'm always tagging, posting up there. So you follow my story, you will see when the new material comes out. Okay? Ask me questions on Snap, ask me questions on Instagram. What you can do is also, when these videos get posted on the talking points with the Daily Swole and these things, you post below on YouTube, comment. Use the comment section on YouTube, also on Facebook Live. You can't do it on Periscope, but on Facebook Live, all those comments are saved, so you can, if you have other questions, you want to continue this, and you want to ask another question about MCTs and blah blah, ask on YouTube when it's posted, or go onto my Facebook page at Swolenormous and post in the comments. Okay? Make sure you follow on Periscope so you get alerted when I go online, and click live, subscribe. You're not going to get alerts because of the new algorithms. Instagram and Facebook, they block half the stuff, so you have to like actively chase people that you want to follow. So click in the top corner on Facebook Live up there and click live, subscribe, and that's going to notify you when I go online. That way you don't have to necessarily be there. So if it's 12:03, 11:59, whatever, it goes like, oh, so-and-so, Swolenormous is now online, and then you log in. So it'll let you know. That way you don't have to like sit there and like refresh and check it out. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Go to my YouTube channel, Swolenormous. Check out the Driving While Gaining. Check out the Daily Swole. I'm going to be posting the next ones later today. More Driving While Gainings. Tons. Yeah, Periscope has better notifications. I agree with that. But tons of content. I'm like going absolutely out of my mind just putting content out there. So let me know. Give me feedback if you want to see certain things. You want to see certain questions. Let me know. I might even use you for a case study. If someone's sending in pictures, or you want to do some. Want to be a subject matter for one of these discussions, one of these daily swoles, make sure you let me know, because that way I can put your information out there and we can get this done, okay, and get you some help and get you on the right path. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow, again, 12 noon Eastern time, and keep an eye out for all this new stuff. Message me, let me know, whatever. I'm glad you enjoy. I'm glad everyone was tuning in. Everyone really got into this whole coffee thing. Let me ask you this. Got a few people on each still. I know everyone's kind of like, I was kind of closing it up here. Do you like getting the topic for tomorrow's discussion ahead of time? Or do you like kind of like showing up and be like, that's it. Did you like it yesterday when I was saying, tomorrow is going to be about coffee? Do you like notifying? Because I can post up there on Snapchat. Do you like hearing ahead of time? Do you like knowing? Yeah, you like knowing ahead of time? Because sometimes I feel like, if I say coffee, people are like, I don't want to tune in. But then again, you can say, coffee, I want to tune into that. If I just say, it's Daily Swole, I don't know, maybe I'll tune in, maybe I'll see what he's going to say. So maybe the notification, and I'll give you a heads up. All right, it will be so. Sometimes I like variety. Yeah, I'll mix it up. Sometimes I'll just be like, show up, tough. Sometimes I like to call an audible. Sometimes I like to sit down and be like, let's talk about this. But check out the YouTube. Check out the YouTube. Don't hate, I don't drink coffee, but you give great facts. You don't drink coffee? You drink tea? Well, facts and application. So, got to make sure that we are getting information across, but use it. It's only good advice if you take it. And if you take it, anything that I say, if you take this information and you don't like it, then you don't like it. Fine, enjoy, support, but this is truth. This is personal experience, and this is, a lot of opinions, a lot of facts. Apply things, try different things, do your own research, take responsibility for your own health, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for joining. I'll see you tomorrow for the Daily Swole.